Hello, my name is Carlos Camacho, and this is a presentation for the distinctive characteristics, focuses, and roles of phonetics, phonology, and pronunciation. Here is my ID. I hope it's able to be seen clearly. And the first part of this presentation is phonetics. Phonetics is the scientific study of how sounds are produced, transmitted, and perceived. So this is like the basis of most languages, what I think should be taught first and foremost in most situations, because it's how the speeches are made. Your organs, your lips, your mouth, your palate, they all work to produce sounds. And every language has different phonetics. Some languages share phonetics, but most of the time they're different. For example, in Japanese, there's a lot of sounds that they have never produced in their life that are used frequently in English. So most of the time, Asian countries have the hardest time picking up English, unlike Western countries where uh, the for example, if it's a German based language, it's easier to like just reproduce the same sounds. They share a lot, so it's easier for them to incorporate those sounds when learning as an ESL student. And I've read a paper by Kazuya Saito, which is in Japan, like that's the environment, and it helped a lot in his paper to use phonetics as a base in learning for their students. It showed that it improved a lot, even though there still needs to be made more research in order to make something streamlined for teachers to be able to do these like more efficiently. For example, us as teachers, when we are giving out classes, we are given these textbooks, and most of the time they're just in English. Like they don't care about phonetics because it's meant for a general, like a broader audience, so it could be used for different countries. So it's something that us as teachers have to focus on by ourselves, because these really helps on pronunciation and acquire the second language. This is the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet, and here shows each like vowels and consonants like sheep, ship, good, should, bed, teacher, bird, door, cat, up, so on and so forth. The next part is phonology. Phonology is would be the next part from phonetics, like a broader sense. And these are how the sounds function in a language system and how these rhythms and intonations are connected to speech. And those affect meaning. And most of the time, this is very important for uh, students to be able to pronounce things correctly. And I think it's very important to teachers to have good awareness of phonology and phonetics and pronunciation, because it affects students to learn something the wrong way, which I have personally lived through. That I had teachers that pronounce something incorrectly, and I live years thinking that's how it's said, and it gives more problems later on in the student's life. The last thing is pronunciations, the practical skill of speaking clearly, and this would be a broader sense. And it's not necessarily like having a native speaker pronunciation, but to be intelligible, which is different. It just means that whatever the sounds you're pronouncing, the words you're saying, are able to be understood by anybody speaking the language. And this is very important in real communication. So this is the most common image that we see when teaching phonetics, because it shows your lips, your teeth, your tongue, how it connects when making each word. And these are phonological awareness examples, like how words are similar but they don't mean the same thing, and how they're pronounced differently to be able to differ each word. and the rhyming, the blending, the segmentation, all of these things are very important when teaching and learning ESL. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching.